Namaste and welcome friends one more time in our spiritual talks. And in previous episode with Chandra Modali sir, we have learned lot of things and how he started his spiritual tablet journey. Here we will understand spiritual tablets in details and what is spiritual tablet, how can we use it in our day-to-day life. So can we use spiritual tablet concept in our day-to-day life also, not only to just cure our disease? Chandra sir, welcome.
Thank you. We spoke about a life plan, the purpose of life, and we took birth. Now, what after we take birth? That is the focus of the current episode. So, once we take birth, now every region, every religion, every family will trigger the plan unknown to us.
Mm.
Right? The plan, whether we like it or not, right? In the soul contract decoded, I was explaining, what I have just learned is spiritual map of life. It used to be known as the Moses spiritual map.
Mhm.
There are two triangles which together form what we call the Star of David. Right? This is not spiritual tablets, but this is something that feeds into the concepts of spiritual tablet, which helps us understand and lead a better quality of life. So that Star of David is actually two triangles, one downward pointing and one upward pointing.
Okay.
The downward pointing triangle, so since it's a triangle, it has got three corners.
Mhm.
That represents our physical part of the plan.
Okay.
And the upward pointing triangle represents the spiritual part of the plan.
Mm.
Together, we now get to, if I take a look at that triangle, the Star of David, I can conclude and enhance my learning that my life purpose has got two key focus areas. One is spiritual
Spirituality,
and one is physical.
physical life.
But then, how am I to understand these two? To what extent? Where to draw the line between the physical and?
Spiritual.
That is answered by spiritual tablets. One of the wisdom capsule, which talks about to what extent should I give importance to
Both
physical,
spirituality and
physical existence, and how am I to deliver my services both in the physical area and my spiritual area, so that my journey in life meets its purpose. So the first lesson that is captured in, right, the grouping of the tablets is done aligned to the chakra systems of the body.
okay.
So what is the extent? Where do I draw the line, etc.? So for that, the entire life is segregated into, right, what is the basics of life, both spiritual and
Physical.
physical, the dual states that we are going to encounter in our life, the duality of every situation that we are going to encounter in life, right? And how should we align ourselves? The grouping of three tablets, that is 3 make a one. What is complete pleasure in life? What are the limitations Or how do we manage ourselves in the concepts pertaining to, right, what are the type of services that we should do, what are the responsibilities that we should shoulder in life, how are we to respect the different type of relationships that we have built,
Mm.
not during the course of life, but even before birth.
Okay.
So we have requested the services of various other souls. So if we don't respect them, if we don't honor them, if we don't help out, we will be failing in our duties.
Yeah.
So they become our family. So what is the definition of a family? What is the relationship between me and my neighbor? If I am meeting somebody during the course of my journey, an unknown person, right? Why am I meeting him only
Out of seven
out of so
billions.
many, right? So there has to be some spiritual reason. Why is it that I have attracted that person? So there are certain basic spiritual principles that help us connect our situation then and there to the spiritual aspects of what I am to deliver, which is captured in the Star of David also, right? But then there it is captured as lessons. The 3 plus 3, the spiritual, the three corners of a triangle are the karma. Karma is the lessons that we have to learn,
Yeah.
right? Then you have got your physical talents, talents which could be hidden, which could be visible. How to learn, what to learn. Right? Then you have the goals for each of the parameter. So you got the physical and the spiritual part, which are better enunciated by the 550 capsules that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So how is this organized? Right? We are born, then we go through certain ashrama dharmas. What are these ashrama dharmas? Balyavastha, brahmacharya, right? Grahastha,
Grahastha.
right? Then adolescence. I mean, after grihastha, it is vanaprastha,
Vanaprastha. Yeah.
right? And then basic retirement. How do we conduct ourselves? Why do we need to know how do we conduct ourselves? We need to understand that the objective of this life is to lead a happy life, smooth life, right, as we progress, and look at every obstacle that we are creating or we had created, and we are also creating as we are leading our life, because everything is not going to happen as per plan. So what should be our attitudes? How do we overcome when we are facing a situation, when we come to a junction? What kind of a decision should we take? Which path should we go? Should we go after the materialistic path, or is materialistic path a subset of my spiritual path? Because if materialistic part is that of sustenance and spiritual path is that of progression, is not sustenance a part and parcel of progression? So if we raise that question, we will find from books like Joe Dispenza, who instead of going in for the Harrington rod surgery, he decides to heal his backbone. 6 vertebrae that have been crushed. And what was his logic? If I have a purpose in life and God has assigned that purpose to me, he should have also ensured that I am not going to be bedridden, but putting my faith in him, I will be able to overcome that. So these kind of concepts are captured with the precise understanding of how to apply which one where and then come out. For example, let's say someone has a problem of taking in too much of benefit from the society and he doesn't return it to the society. Immediately, he will start experiencing the impact of overburdening himself,
Mm.
right? He may start developing shoulder related problems. Not reciprocating, he is not
Reciprocal.
returning it back.
Right.
Right? See, always remember one thing, you see, whichever path it is, right, you are getting more than what you require because there is a purpose of why it is coming to you. If you are unable to recognize that, right, it will increase your load.
Yeah.
Why are you getting more than what you require? Is not for you to amass. It is for the benefit of taking the others to the next step. It cannot be that uh, basically it cannot be a situation wherein you take in more, you build at the cost of others. Spiritual progression is not individualistic,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So now, in the course of leading the life, we get into situations wherein we separate ourselves. We are separating ourselves from the spirit of oneness. We are deviating from enjoying and taking the pleasures of life. And we are deviating from our responsibilities towards the society and the people. Now, when we deviate, we are effectively deviating from the purpose of life. When we deviate from the purpose of life, it has to impact us. And when I say impact us, in the layered structure of the body that we have, right? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha, and all, right? Because we have all these various layers, the ultimate impact will be felt on the physical health, right? So, spiritual tablets helps us identify ourselves in all these layers, right? So you start asking, there is a beautiful concept which says, ask yourself the question, identify who are you? Are you the physical? Are you the mental or the components? Or is there a divinity within you which is actually what you are? When you stay steadfast with that divinity, all these are then components of the lessons that you have chosen to walk your life. Right? These are various components. Right? Now, one important thing, even you may forget what plans you have drawn for yourself.
Hmm.
How is that plan going to help you? How are you going to retrace your steps? Right? So, when you deviate from the purpose of life, it may happen that you may experience a rash on the body, or you continue to repeat the same error, you ignore that, it becomes a chronic ailment. It could lead to an emergency situation, and it could lead to problems with your muscles. It could lead to problems at your nervous level. It could lead to problems beyond that. That means they become terminal diseases. It could be accidents. they will start manifesting in all these entities, right? So there is a wonderful relationship between your life, your progression in life, the experiences that you go. Very good. The word experiences came in, right? So in spiritual tablets, we classify experiences into 7 categories,
Mhm.
right? Dreams, then you have coincidences, or dreams, coincidences, or you can say that other kind of experiences during the course of your life, right? Or what you call the synchronicity and serendipity, those are all part of the experiences that you go.
So, how to understand out of this experiences, either dreams or
Yeah, I'll
coincidences,
come
or
to that. So you have got 7 types of such experiences which function as the diagnostics tools for you to rectify the deviations that you are effectively undergoing. Right? So there is a way of interpreting the dreams. Right? I'll give a wonderful example. See, my sister was having a function at home. Now, I told her I'm too busy, I can't come. And then I was traveling somewhere. Now, I had to travel somewhere. Now, how did I look upon it? I mean, how did I had a very interesting experience here. After lunch, I was thinking about something and it appears I had dozed off for 10 minutes. Right? In that 10 minutes, I had a beautiful dream. I was driving somewhere.
Mhm.
I had come up to the traffic signal. At the traffic signal, when the signal turned green, I tried to move. My legs would not move. I was not able to move the vehicle. And vehicles behind me were honking, creating a ruckus, which attracted the attention of the cop. So he was saying, move, move, move. So he picked up his camera and started shooting. So I was going to be fined. That was it. And the dream vanished. I woke up. Now, what did it mean? Right? Let us see whether it has any message hidden in the dream for me to continue my life. First of all, when I told my sister I am not free to come, she was very badly hurt.
Yeah.
Only brother. He is saying he doesn't have time. When I said no, so sister's invitation can be compared to that traffic at the stopping at the traffic signal. I had said no. That scene gets changed. Then there is a green signal. She went away. Right? Everyone went away. Only I was stuck. I could not progress. Right? And the indication of that progression was such that the police cop was going to punish me. That means I am committing a blunder which is a punishable offense in a spiritual way. Because that happened around the same time that this happened. So, what do I learn? What is the message I am getting? The universe is telling me, my friend, you are a spiritual entity, you have certain responsibilities. And my car had stopped. Car represents a near and dear. Car as a symbol in spiritual tablets represents a near and dear. Whatever action you have taken, that signal is the actions, right?
Mm.
So, whatever actions you have taken is a punishable incident. It was a warning to me. Right? Next day, when the function was being held, I silently went there. Everybody came back happy. So, I was given a caution, call it my over self or whoever did it, but The universe was giving me a message.
So were you aware enough that time to understand and
Yes,
to,
this happened recently.
and what was the dream about that 10 minutes dream?
And the same thing, that incident was
Acha,
the dream.
okay,
That entire
okay.
incident is,
Oh,
you are going in your car, you come to a
aha.
traffic signal, right? When the signal turns green, you are unable to move. You have attracted the cop's attention, and the cop has decided to say that you are obstructing the traffic, so I am going to fine you.
And this is so deep to understand and ground.
Exactly. But once you go through the course and you start relating to, right, the same way, there are so many such instances. Like sometimes you take a step in life, you are not sure whether you are going in the right direction or you are going in the wrong direction. Now another dream.
So before going into
Yeah.
another dream, how to understand whether when we are in dilemma, paradoxes and all, so how to choose in a right way, or should we stop there when we
No,
are
you
confused?
may need to contact one of the practitioners of spiritual tablets, or better still, you can subscribe, join one of the lessons modules that are going on,
Hmm.
and train yourself. It is not rocket science,
Yeah.
right? But if you start getting into that and believing that your over self, which is your Purnatma, is always in communication. That means in the universe, there is a structure that is helping you, reminding you, hand holding you as you conduct your life. Nothing happens on its own. It's either part of your thought, part of your action, part of your plan. Only thing is, you need to raise your consciousness. So, what is the framework you have even in spiritual tablets? You have four entities which are also there in PSSM. The first one is your meditation, taking advantage of the,
Knowledge.
no, one is knowledge, the energy variations,
Mm.
be it a pyramid, take advantage of a pyramid meditation, take advantage of a pyramid center, and during the mm, regular what you call regular full moon, and right. So you take full moon or Purnami days, right? You do additional meditation, or let's say you got a chronic illness, doctors have given up their hands. You go into a pyramid health center. We have one in Shadnagar. We have plenty of them, but notably assisted with good structure. There's one near Vishakhapatnam, and there are many more. But at these centers, you can actually cure yourself. Like there is one in Kosgi recently, wherein, right, there was one patient who was diagnosed with tumors.
Oh.
He could not, his visual capabilities were impaired. He could not see
Hmm.
with both the eyes. He spent almost 2 months. GK sir was counseling him in that pyramid center, doing the meditation, right? And at the end of 2 months, his one eye was recovered completely. The tumor had completely subsided,
Wow.
and the second eye he was able to,
See partially.
partial sight was restored. These are
And
To a layman, these are miracles.
Yes, yes.
But to a spiritual practitioner, it is the right use of the wisdom and spiritual principles in life to conduct your life. Level of potence and potentials sitting within the wisdom, it is a question of whether you subscribe to practicing them or you don't.
So, what are the concepts of spiritual tablets here?
See, the concepts are built around, as I said, the various stages of life.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As a child, then what are the generic practices that you have to follow?
Is that same for all child? I mean, same age group, the practices here.
Practices are same, but when it comes to children
Mm-hmm.
below the age
Mm-hmm.
or bedridden patients, right, there is a variation.
So, could you please give some examples of?
See, if it comes to children, generally they are a reflection of the mother and father, right? The qualities which are getting reflected are the source is sitting there. So the mother and father have to work on behalf of the child to resolve the problem. Now, when it comes to bedridden, we don't have to work on the person who is sick there. We have to work on the people who are supporting that sick person, because they are the ones who are undergoing the suffering, right? And in that manner, they will be able to help the person. So you have got a set of tablets which are meant for the energy supports.
So, as you were giving your own example of the invitation from your sister.
Correct.
So, people who are in working profession, they says that they don't have time, or they that work life balance or relationship balance, they miss theirs, right? So, how to support these people? Because if they are not ready to understand that what is the importance of balancing everything, because after passing this time, we can't cure it, we cannot.
So, see, one is fundamentally there is ignorance there.
Yeah.
Right? So, education, self education, learning these concepts, right, and applying them as we conduct our life. See, now that was a warning that I got.
Yeah.
Right? I take it as a warning. I don't treat it as one experience and then continue, because I don't know what is waiting at the next junction.
Because you were practitioner, and that's why you could able to.
Correct.
But people who are ignoring the
No,
situations,
I mean,
and
it will reflect in their as one of the deviations, right, which will manifest as a problem for them in life.
yeah.
Right? They are not respecting the relationships that they have built. So somewhere else it will come back and impact them. As they keep on increasing, the complexity of the impact will keep on increasing. Right? And then we will go for normal medication, saying the medicine will cure me. But then it's not associated with the medicine at all. The root cause is somewhere else, right? So all these concepts are centered around the core principle that Patriji and G.K. sir practiced, which is spiritual health is the root and physical health is the fruit. Right? So when one is deviating, that means the root is disturbed. But then for that, people have to move into the practice. Generally, what is being encountered and what we are seeing is that these people come to us at a very late stage.
Yeah.
Right? So, one way is, I think we need to do more and more to increase the awareness of the people. I mean, these are all problems. But then one good thing I would like to say is we are seeing the offtake of spiritual principles in the younger generation today, which is far, far higher than when we were children.
True.
I mean, I have no qualms in admitting that. When I was growing, for me, physical was more important than the materialistic part was more important than the spiritual practice. But then now I'm seeing the benefit. So people like me have to come forward to educate the public. which is one of the core responsibility that I have to shoulder after my learning. And this is one of the lessons I have in spiritual tablets also, in terms of how I have to conduct, how do I utilize my day, how do I utilize my night. So all those are recommendations and a set of good practices for us to undertake.
So, as you said that there are more than 500 tablets. Do we use everything, every tablet in our life, or is that one?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Say one is, the one series is, how should you, what should your food be? Is food only the physical content that you are
No,
taking?
not at all.
Right? But then, for a person who is not into spiritual thinking, for him, food is what he eats. What about what is happening when he watches a TV program? All the emotional energies that are going in
Yeah, yeah,
are also these, right? Now, let's see. We said deviations creates a disease, right? So, let us include the understanding of consciousness here with its four pillars.
Mm-hmm.
One pillar can be reason, the second pillar can be the associated emotions and
Mm-hmm.
feelings. The third feeling can, I mean, the third input or pillar can be the faith with which you undertake something. And the fourth one is the willpower. Right? Now, these are four individually so important parameters of our ability to be aware of our consciousness. Right? Why reason? Generally, we live under fear. It is fear of failure or fear of the projected image that we have created,
Yeah.
or it could be the fear pertaining to lack of wisdom.
Yeah, that practice, we started from very early stage, maybe
Correct.
school time.
Yeah,
The fear, we drive out of fear.
correct.
Otherwise, there is no reason
Exactly.
to.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, but then how does fear work on us, on the body?
very negatively.
Your immune system has an ability to withstand that to a particular level. Beyond that, for example, let us say a dam. You have constructed a dam, water is flowing through it, you restrict the flow of water for whatever reason. What will happen? The water will pile up, pile up, pile up, pile up, and just like the earlier example where it is overburdened, right, it will collapse. Right? But it won't collapse overnight.
Hmm.
It will take time.
Yeah.
Correct. The same way, our emotions, which become chemicals, eat into the cells that create us. If you take the energy to matter conversion cycle,
Mm-hmm.
we are energy bodies, we are also matter. We have we take in energy and convert it to matter, and that matter is distributed. We are made up of 150 trillion cells, 100 to 150 depending upon the BMI, the body mass index,
Yeah.
right? And we have these that are going to impact us, and there are two systems behind us.
Mm-hmm.
What are those? The nervous system, which is voluntary, and there is the nervous system which is involuntary. So, now what is this voluntary nervous system? It is more to do with your breathing, your heartbeat, all those that have to function to keep the engine running. Right? Now, this is also called your subconscious. Now look at how do you feed your experiences into your subconscious. You touch fire the first time, right? What are you telling the subconscious? That is dangerous, don't go near it, right? You have learned that one experience, but you have stored that experience somewhere,
Yes.
right? Now, after you have stored it as an experience, you can create it without it being physical.
Yeah, that happens in thought
So the
level,
body, no, that happens in thought level, but the impact is taken by the
physical body.
physical body. Now, that gets circulated to all the areas of the body, be it through the breath or be it through the blood that is being circulated,
Yeah.
be it through the water and all. So, that entire system is now going to work with wrong inputs. If I give you rotten vegetables and you prepare a vegetable out of it, what is the quality going to be?
Worst. Yeah.
Right? It's going to be rotten, not acceptable. That is what is happening to the natural phenomena that is taking place inside the body. So that particular part that is getting refilled, regenerated, because right, we need to understand the same reason that I was talking earlier comes into play. Every 4 days your skin is getting replaced. So the cells of the skin are right, getting withered and replenished. Likewise, every organ is going that way. Every bone, bone marrow, every single component within the body at periodic intervals is getting replenished. If the raw material that is going inside is of a lower quality, what will be the next crop of those organs?
It will continue the same
So
disease
it will
or
start deteriorating, deteriorating. That means the slightest disturbance can damage it because you have got a compromised immunity. Right. So all these are not by virtue of, let us say I have got thyroid, so I take thyroxine tablet. I also had thyroid. I don't have it now.
wow.
Right. So what happened? I used to be very shy. I would not express myself. I will say, why get involved here? जाने दो, उसका problem है. But after coming here, I could understand if I don't step in, he is not failing. I am failing in the responsibility of delivering whatever I have to the individual. So if that doesn't work, then I am equally responsible. So my share of problem is already there. Now, if I don't complete them, if I don't dissolve them, will it go away?
No,
Where is it? It
it's
will
stored.
go and sit as energy blockages, which could come back to me with compound interest tomorrow. That becomes my. So, to address this part, we have got the 10th set of traffic signals on how you are supposed to conduct, managing the moral values of life and the spiritual values of life.
Tissue.
No,
Tissues
no,
will.
no, that was something else. Right? So, that's how the entire progression in life is there. Now, if I don't have the wisdom that I am capturing here, then I start living in the ignorance. That will create its own fear. That will make it a limiting parameter in my progression.
Mm.
But what is the purpose of my life? Right? These are all the I's and T's that we need wisdom for conducting ourselves effectively in life. All that wisdom is individually and severally distributed in all the tablets.
So how to command, how to give right information to our brain or the main system? Because if we get an
So,
negative experience, for
correct,
example.
correct, correct.
So after touching the fire, if we command ourselves it's dangerous, uh, or how to take the lesson, so that I mean there are two.
No, so what have you learned? So, every single instance is a lesson that has come to you. Did you recognize it as a lesson, or did you convert it as an obstacle for yourself?
So that depends on the
Correct.
awareness and
Right?
consciousness.
Consciousness and awareness. So, our beautiful laid out framework. And when do you let out all this pent up steam? Where is your revenue? So, you have got one more arm in spiritual tablets, which is extensively practiced, called Anando Brahma.
Hmm. So what do we practice in that?
No, there it is. It's more like a cultural event,
Okay.
right? That's a forum where you listen to music, you enjoy, you meet people, you discuss, you
Hmm.
learn new things. It is more like a Dhyana Mahachakra or any of those, but at in a smaller scale and at regular intervals.
So is the difference in virtual program? Can we experience to the extent of as reality as we uh, experience in Dhyan
No,
Mahachakram, or is there a difference?
there will be a difference.
Okay.
See, some portion of the program can be virtual. For example, let's say that we have got beautiful talent.
Hmm.
Hmm? Virtually, you can play music and everybody can sway in the rhythm that you are creating. Right? But there are certain programs that have to be done physically. Dance, by just watching it on a what do you call on a virtual platform, you won't get all the pleasure out of it.
Hmm.
So you have to take a mixture, but you can only at the music level or something like that, the rhythm level, you may probably take it, but it is recommended that you do it as a physical event. Because while you can take the experience, it will be only partial.
Yeah.
Where is that oneness, spending that time together, that gap that has come in instead of widening? How can you compress it?
In short, what is the objective of spiritual tablets? After
See, the
understanding.
objective of spiritual tablets is when you are, the objective is basically enjoy life, reduce the obstacles, manage the obstacles better,
Hmm.
and equip yourself to lead a happy and pleasurable life. That is the core objective. The how of it and when, why, etc., that part of the analysis, leave it to the counselors. Go in. I mean, don't wait till the last minute as a
Hmm.
message. Right? Don't wait till the last minute for you to go and seek help. If you have got a problem, the earlier the better. Because we have got cases where advanced cases of cancer have been cured, lot many complicated diseases have been cured. We are not saying that this is a medical practice, but even for the medicines to work properly, you need to create an environment, and that environment is a spiritual environment, it is not a physical environment, so that you are able to balance your body, mind, and intellect and derive the benefit of leading a better quality life.
So how many levels are there in spiritual tablets?
You see, the course is organized into level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Okay.
3 levels.
And can we do all together, or
No,
it's
it won't.
always.
No, no. See, unless you have served, you will have the theoretical knowledge, but where is the practical knowledge? Either you apply it on yourself and become wiser, or you help a large number of people and become wiser. You should be able to shoulder that responsibility, right?
Yeah, yeah. The parameter is always there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a gradual this one, and it all depends upon the amount of time you spend, the amount of practice that you are involved in. More importantly, the practice.
What if a person is practicing counseling and all? I mean, if he has learned level one, and if he's really not practicing in his own life, he's guiding, he's counseling in a very right way, but when it comes to our own self, you know,
He will be getting these messages. Like I got about the dream of the traffic signal, right? He will be getting warnings.
hmm,
I mean,
okay.
it's up to you. You respect a warning and then respond to it rather than reacting to it. You won't convert it to a challenge. Otherwise, it will become unmanageable at beyond a particular stage.
So you were mentioning seven
The seven
p-
experiences, which are the tools,
yeah.
just like a doctor has a stethoscope, he has got the diagnostic equipment, and so on. For a spiritual counselor, these seven entities, his books, how he is been able to interpret the book, all those, his learnings, all those, as he is talking and expressing it with you, right? Those act as the spiritual diagnostic tools.
So if we take an example of dream, um, how to analyze, or not analyzing, but how to take, as you have taken your own lesson from the dream,
Hmm.
and how to understand that, because in
So
short
no, no,
sometimes,
there is a dream object science is there.
okay, so we need
Right?
to learn all these
Yeah,
A
yeah,
to
yeah.
Z, and then we will able to.
Correct. You'll be able to apply. See, for example, there is a connotation between why a particular message, the core content of the message, right? You need to look at it spiritually, and is it a warning, or is it a pathway that potentially that is the next stage, or is it a stop signal for you, or is it a junction wherein you have to choose one of the two, right? All those are the situations, right? And then there are spiritual principles. Those principles help you take the right path.
Hmm. So whether if we have to walk on righteous path, what
So
we
it's
call.
like this. I mean, are you better informed to take a judgment, or are you doing it out of ignorance?
Wonderful, wonderful, sir, to understand so many things, so many concepts. And in at last, I would like to request you your message to the people who really want to grow in their spiritual journey with the help of spiritual tablets.
So I would ask them to experience is the best form of learning, not the theoretical, but experience.
Experience.
So please do undergo the lessons of spirituality, understand the wisdom contained, and practice the wisdom when you encounter that in your life, either directly or by through the services that you have to deliver.
So unless until we practice it, it will not
You will
give
not
the.
able, you will not be able to do it. You may probably be doing everything, that is why you are not impacted. But doing it with awareness
Yeah.
is far more important. That awareness is available for people to undertake. That's the way I would put it. I mean, I would have probably enjoyed my life all this while, even if I had not come into spiritual tablets, by just doing meditation, right? I am only enhancing meditation. I am not deviating from meditation.
So how do you differentiate the difference between these two? Just.
See, meditation is the base, right? It is the format on which, it is the vehicle on which these wisdom capsules ride. 80% of the time, just that meditation may help you out of the situation.
Yeah. But having that
But
knowledge.
having that knowledge enhances the quality, Instead of taking 6 months to take the benefit, you may probably get it in the first month itself.
Yeah. And when we contribute in others' life,
Yeah,
it double up or triple up
correct.
the
So
results.
even in our regular practice, we do a lot of book clubs. We do Louis Hay books and all. But then all of them, when it comes to applying those principles to us, experiencing those affirmations, right? You have to do meditation. Right? Because that is the wisdom capsule which you are applying to your life as you progress.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful to have you take your wisdom, and it will definitely help a lot of people, as I even understood so many things in very deeper level. So thank you, Chandra Modali sir, for coming, and I look forward to have more sessions with you, which will definitely help me and our audience and to the entire world.
Actually, let us also, I would even, I'm willing to do my bit, contribute my MIT might, right, to the extent required. Why not we do a Q&A session in which it is tri-party,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So there is somebody else who has got questions, who has gone through this wisdom and wants the true benefit of it. What can he do? So we could
Yeah.
take that path.
Yes, yes, definitely. We'll plan for that.
We can plan for that on this side of the table. Suppose it is a Zoom, right? There can be three parties.
Yeah.
One party is a set of counselors, right? We can do a virtual counseling session
Yes.
through this platform. Okay, we can take
Yeah,
it
we
to
can
all
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, at the end, thank you so much
Yeah.
one more time. And and this small thank you is not enough.
No, no, come on.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
No.
And
No, my gratitude to all the masters behind who have made this happen.
definitely my special thanks to Supriya madam.
No, my
And
thanks to you. You have done a great job. Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And I'm really inspired by your service at the. I mean, I don't want to use that
It's
word
not at
that we.
service enough. Yeah.
But working
If you are
after
motivated,
60,
yeah.
after work, I mean, that is the driving force.
Correct.
That is the inspiration for young generation,
True.
because so many people, after even getting retired out from army or defense, they are depressed. They don't know what to do. So utilizing each and every time in a right direction, in a right way, and for right cause,
True.
and meeting the purpose. That's a great thing you're doing, sir. Thank you one more
I
time.
don't know whether I'm doing great thing or not. I am enjoying it. I'll put
That
it
is the
that
ultimate purpose.
way.
That is the ultimate purpose. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a great thing you're doing, sir. Thank you one more
I
time.
don't know whether I'm doing great thing or not. I am enjoying it. Yeah.
Thank you, friends. Thank you for watching this episode, and please share this video with everyone. And please comment below if you have any question, any doubt, and you can always connect with Spiritual Tablet Group and Chandra Modali sir. So many counselors are there. So don't take for granted your experiences or diseases. Try to understand what is the message behind it, where is the purpose, because so young generation they have this question, what is my purpose? They cannot meet it directly. We have to go through our experiences, and when we meet seniors or masters or teachers, one by one we come to know that what is my purpose, and once we start enjoying that thing, we can understand that we are on right path and we are towards our purpose. Thank you, friends, for watching it. Please like, share, subscribe, PMC English.